Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. So lovely to spend time with you. Today I thought I'd show you in our Technique Tuesday a fun technique using a stencil, and look at this. We're going to put our fabulous metallic gilding polish through a stencil and you get a lovely result like this. And I must admit I'm still using up my card scraps. So I've literally got a scrap of card here, and it really doesn't matter about the width because I'm going to make a panel, but as I'm going to use a 6x6 card, for me this measures 6 inches, so that's ready for me to just pop it on my card blank. But you could do any, especially if you've got any scraps. It's just such a great way of using those scraps up. Now I'm just going to come in, first of all, with a piece of just any sort of protective sheet, only because I don't like getting my gilding polish on my mat. And the stencil I've chosen is this lovely one, and this is called Flurry. Now, this won't ruin your stencil, but I would recommend it's water-based, so it'll wash off. But wash it as soon as possible. So either have a pot of water next to you to pop it in, or I've actually just got some damp kitchen towel just on the floor next to Eric. Hope he doesn't roll on it. And I'm just going to pop my utensils on that until I've finished recording, and then I'll just go and wash this in some warm soapy water. So the polish I've chosen to use today is Copper Shine, but you can use any of them. Try it, different stencils, different colours. And remember, before you put it to bed, you give it a little spritz. So I'm going to take the lid off my spritzer bottle ready to remind me. And I've just got a palette knife here. Now, just spend a couple of minutes choosing a nice bit of your stencil. Just a bit particularly that you want. So I'm going to go for that. Again, you can tape it down if you want. Me being me, I'm afraid I don't. And I'm just going to almost pretend I'm buttering my toast. And just almost press it through. And I'm almost scraping the excess off the top. And just getting in all these little nooks and crannies. It's amazing how far. Don't worry about using a lot of your gilding polish because it goes such a long way. And for me, I just find it easier to work towards my hand. And again, don't be too precious. It's just a background. I'm going to scrape that off. Yeah, I do need a tiny bit more. So we'll add a bit there. You know what, I'm going to need a tiny bit more, aren't I? So I'm now just going to hold it up this end here. And just have a little check if I got it all. Any bits I haven't, look, are going back in there. And I'm just going to take that from round the lid. Make sure it's gone in. Give it a good away from 2 spritz, night. And put that over there. And then lift this up and see what we've got. There we go. Look at that. Right, I'm just going to put that down. Now look at that. And that will just dry beautifully. How easy was that? So I'm going to put that somewhere safe to dry. And then I'm just going to wipe my hands, wrap this in again, damp tissue, and pop it under my desk. And I would make 2 or 3 of these. So I'm just wiping my hands with my Inky Binky. I would make a few of these, you know, while you're at it. I just think they're fabulous. And such a great way. Now, the stamp I'm thinking of using with it, I've got a plan, you see. So I need a scrap piece of card here. I'm going to use our lovely Tock stamp. But I'm going to stamp it in black and just put some clear embossing powder over. I have a plan. Hopefully all will become apparent. But I mean, you could just make lots of these panels or even square toppers, especially. It's just a great way of using your scraps up. But also, how different is it? I mean, I must admit, I've not seen this before. I mean, I dare say somebody will have done it somewhere, so I do apologise. But certainly in our circle of in your family, I've not seen it. And I just think it's fabulous. Get so excited when I enjoy doing something like this. Don't know about you, but it really does get them crafty juices flowing. Now that, don't ever worry. We had a question recently, a lady's embossing tool broke. Your embossing powder, you don't have to dry it straight away. I could go off, have a brew, do a bit of gardening, come back, and it would be fine to heat. What I do want to do is, what I'm thinking of doing is popping this here. So while I've got my inks, I'm going to stamp my sentiment direct on the card blank. And this is from the, I think it's the Time Flies selection. And this one says the Wheel of Time. And I'm just going to pop that there. And then also I want to stamp my lovely clock here. So while I've got my ink and my stamp, as I say, I have a plan. Who knows if it'll work, but we'll see. So I'm thinking we were putting that about there. Right. So we're going to put that over there for the minute and we'll go back and we'll dry this. So heat it up, heat tool. Again, just dropped my inky binky on the floor, so I do apologise. I'm going to have to pick it up. So, heat tool, I'm going to put it on fast. It's the loud one, but this is because it's the embossing tool. So, sorry about the noise. Just going to give it a couple of seconds to heat up. And then, no wafting, just work your way around. Like magic. That's all embossed. And all I'm going to do is add some colour. And I'm going to come in with a couple of the metallic pens. And I love these. So one's the bronze and I think this one's the green. And what you'll find, because you've given yourself a raised edge look, it's really quick and easy to just add some colour. Like that. Now I've got one here that I've already coloured, look, and I've cut because we're going to decoupage this. In fact, I've cut it out, but not that well. I've missed a bit there. That's better. But look at those lovely colours with metallic. I just brought a bit of the green in. I thought it would just add to the whole thing. So I've got one cut out because obviously you don't want to see me cutting out, do you? So my plan is, so this is my card blank. And I've got some low-tack tape, some double-sided tape. Do you know, I'm having one of those days today. Do you ever get it where the words just don't come out right? Honestly, I could be saying anything. So, oh, and then we go. I can't speak and I've got to say bippity boppity glue. The only reason I have tape and glue is for me, it's that belt and braces. Just a bit of wiggle time, you see. So I'm just going to pop this way. And then just put this on. And I just get a bit of wiggle time to check it's nice and straight down there, look. Yeah, so then I can pull this. And I'm happy with that. Now, obviously, this one is dry. The one we made is still drying. And I reckon it takes maybe half an hour to dry. You can speed it up with your heat tool. But I've got to be honest, I just let it dry naturally. Now obviously we've got our lovely clock that I've cut out, and the reason I'm decoupaging it, in all honesty, is I'm not very good with the handle of cutting that out. But what I will just add with our pen is a couple of highlights just on the top here and round the edge there. So I've got some foam pads on here, and I'm also going to add some of our glue. Again, it gives you extra wiggle time. Must remember to pop that lid on. And then where's number 12? And just wiggle it round. Lovely, happy with that. And then I just think that lovely background, I mean this, I was looking at we've got so many stamps that you could pop on here to just give that lovely. And do you know what, if I want a few flicks, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, dip a fan brush in, and let's just have a few. Right, don't want too many, don't overcook it. And then that just ties the whole thing together. Now I've stamped on my envelope as well. But that, I just wanted to show you our lovely background. I mean, here's the one that we just made, look, that's drying. Now again, you could put your panel landscape or portrait. But I know if I just show you the panels, you're going to say to me, Jo, don't give us half a story. Show us how we can use it in our designs. So for me, there's a lovely design, great for a retirement card, a man's birthday card. And like I say, look at all the different stencils we've got. All the different colours of our metallic gilding wax that we've got. Think of all those possibilities. And I can't wait to see what you clever lot come up with. So I'm just coming in, getting those crafty juices flowing, and I know you lot, you're going to go and run with it. And how quick was that? The longest bit is letting your beautiful metallic polish dry. And for me, that's an excuse for going and having another brew and cheeky biscuit, or even a piece of cake. Why not? Go and spoil yourself, you're worth it. I hope you enjoy that. I'd love to see what you get up to. You take care. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.